Hi, happy, beautiful Monday, and welcome to our live stream tonight for Divine Energy Flow, um, where every Monday night at 7 o'clock we come on and we talk about some type of spiritual subject, and then we do an energy flow session at the end for about 20 minutes or so. So, let's see. Okay, so right now we're doing a series. If you don't know me, my name is Carla, and this is what I do. And you may be watching us from Facebook, the Call to Awakening Facebook group, or the Divine Energy Flow Facebook group. Wherever you are, please go. Oh, my lovely cat. He's great. Um, Please go and join the other group, whichever one you're watching from. Join the other one. That would just really be nice to kind of have us all together. We are also on YouTube on the same thing. Well, my channel is called just One Soul, One Destiny, and it's Carla Romero Crochet. And then the Call to Awakening group has a YouTube channel as well. And he gets to go out. I'm done. I'm sorry, my love. You gotta leave. You gotta leave, my baby. Oh, you gotta get out of here. Excuse me for my pajamas. All right, y'all will be good. All right. No more cats today. Like my outfit, my pants. Okay. Anyway, that's what I do. I put on like a decent top, and then I wear my pajamas on every video. All right. So the series is called is Ascension. It's like just kind of learning how to go through the Ascension process. What is the Ascension process? What is all that? So this is our second episode. Last week we talked about basically awakening and what all that means and how that happens, or how different ways that it could happen, and all of that. And then today we're going to go over like why you need to sort of let go and surrender, all right, to lighten up, to change to that different frequency, because that's what ascension is. It's just upgrading to a new frequency. Yeah, that's what it is. It's up leveling yourself to a different frequency. So we will talk about emotions, because the emotions make up, bottom line is, the emotions make up your frequency. There's a lot more to it that I think I explained that last week, but I'll go over it again a little bit here. Yeah, so we'll go over emotions and what role they play in ascensions. To me, the most important part of the whole, like, getting to know yourself, like understanding yourself process, like emotions, we have learned a whole nother way of dealing with them that will not work anymore. So we'll talk about what will work now that we are in this process, which we have been forever. It never started. It's always been an evolution. It's always been that evolution of consciousness and of frequency. We're just going to kind of new levels now here on Earth. All right, so for a moment, let's go ahead and just take some deep breaths like normally, because I sure need them. I hope you guys had a good Monday. All right, we're going to just breathe in nice and slow through the nose. Out through the mouth. Let's go one more. Let's just sit here to breathe, or to just kind of sit in stillness just for a moment. And breathe again. Good. You should just kind of instantly feel a sort of a stillness, a sort of a calming of a calm nature after you take just a few deep breaths. They say that 6 deep breaths is supposed to like change all kinds of stuff. I don't know why I always do three, but three grounds me. Three brings me back to where we are right now. And what I really want is to be present with you right now and talk about this. So hopefully I don't go all over the place because I didn't like make any notes for this one for some reason. Um, but that's all right. So letting go. So let's talk about emotions first and letting go after, because there's a lot of emotions you have to sort of let go. But I'll teach you how to do that without having to like actually do something to let something go. Okay, and this will make sense in a moment. So the reason why emotions are so like learning the emotions. Oh, and I have the emotional frequency scale I took a picture of earlier on my phone. Okay. So, like I said, emotions is what controls your frequency. Your emotions is your energy. Now, yes, emotions come from all kinds of things. They come from thoughts. Thoughts come from beliefs, come from patterns, come from, whatever. Could come from past lives. Like all this shit is sort of in us. Um, from all dimensions, from all timelines. It's all in us. Um, I forgot what I was saying on that one, but yeah. So emotions. So yeah. So that's what I was saying. So emotions are. It's very important. This is very important to understand what the emotion is that is arising. So just like a thought, an emotion just happens as well. It just happens because of a thought or because of maybe just an energetic something that you resonate with or don't resonate with or whatever. Um, and the emotions, like I said, makes up your frequency. So we always, for some reason, we have this tendency to want the good emotions and not want the bad emotions, which totally makes sense. and the good feeling emotions are higher on the vibrational scale spectrum, like the ascending, the raising your consciousness sort of spectrum. Okay, but what I want you to hear and I want you to understand is that the lower emotions will only raise to higher emotions if they're allowed to be low in their low. Yeah. So if you are, I know I just talked about this. It's funny. It's like I feel like I talk about the same thing all the time, but it doesn't change. Like nothing's going to change. Like it's this, and this, and that's really it. There's not a whole lot to this, but there's a lot to it if you know what I'm saying. Like it's a little complex, but once you get it, it's like, and you'll never get it perfect. Like you can't just master your emotions like overnight, or you won't most likely like master your emotions within a few years or whatever, unless you like don't see anyone and are never triggered by anything, which is kind of impossible. We're here on this earth to feel emotions, to live and have experiences. Like all of the emotions are sacred and beautiful and divine. So my point was no matter what you're feeling, feel it intensely, feel it all the way. Allow it to be there. Don't do anything. Don't push, don't push against anything. When you push against it, you call more to you. So when you push against it, and then sometimes, and lots of trauma, lots of emotions and that's just a whole other kind of rant, but I'm going to go there because it's important. All of these emotions that we don't like, anger, shame, guilt, embarrassment, humiliation. I don't know if that's emotions, but you know what I'm saying. All of those things that we don't want to feel, if they arise and we don't feel them, if we don't allow them to just be there, if we say they're not there and deny them and don't acknowledge them, um, now I'm not saying to sit there and think about it and go like deeper into the of whatever's going on. What I'm saying is allow it to be there. So um, an emotion arises, right? The emotion is not you, and so you can look at the emotion and allow it to be there like a third party. It's kind of like a third party. It's kind of like an inner child or just like a child aspect of you that hadn't been heard sometime or hadn't been seen at some point and just needs to be seen or heard. So, like every trigger that comes up will be connected to something. It'll be connected to something from the past or something from the now. No, it'll never be from the now, but it'll be every trigger will be because of something that happened that you stuffed down and didn't want to feel. So and the only way to feel them is to sit in them and allow them, like literally just sit there and allow yourself to be angry or allow yourself to let's talk about something like shame. It's like there's so much anger management and this and that and all this stuff. Like anger is just such a normal. Well, let's go ahead and talk about anger since it is such a normal part of people. There's nothing wrong with anger. There's nothing wrong with any of these emotions, these energies that arise out of nowhere. you know, um, just like your thoughts, like I said. There's nothing wrong with them. So and it's literally just energy in your body moving. Maybe there's a lot of it in one spot. So what you want to do, and the reason you want to do this is because you want to elevate your frequency. So you want to elevate to the next emotion higher on the scale, which will happen the more you allow it to be there. This is so simple that it's hard. It's the thing that's so hard is that we're programmed not to want to cry. We're programmed not to want to get mad and like hit some shit. Go outside and hit something. Go throw something. Go whatever. Don't hurt nobody or no animals or nothing like that. But feel your emotions. Anger is really beautiful if you do it right. If you don't go and react and like freaking kill somebody or beat somebody up or be mean to somebody or whatever, like it's actually a beautiful emotion if you use it correctly because you can use it in all kinds of different ways, but that's not what we're talking about. So bottom line, you have all these emotions. You have some that lift you up higher, that that raise your frequency, raise your consciousness higher, and then you have some lower that kind of like bring you back into like the body and into the, well, not necessarily the body, but into that state, into that lower density physical 3D consciousness. So, um, so yeah, okay. So emotions are very important. So I'm gonna just go over this again real quick. Emotions are very important. The good ones are great. The ones that don't feel good are just as good. They're just as important. They need to teach you lessons. And most of the time it's some sort of trauma that you have not dealt with. Could be from when you were a kid, could be from 5 years ago, whatever it is. It's just trauma that's not been dealt with. So you have to deal with it. The only thing you have to do is allow it to be there. This is really making me crazy. So, yeah. I did pull up the emotional chart. This is the emotional frequency chart. So, like, shame is at the very lowest. Shame means I think I am bad. Shame means I think I'm bad. Period. Guilt would be the next one. Guilt is a little better than shame because guilt just means I did something bad. I know that I did something bad. I'm not bad, but I did something bad. So that's your next one. Um, And then there's apathy, grief, fear. Grief is lower than fear. Grief is like, um, grief is like, I want to say hopelessness or something. Is hopelessness on here? It's not on here. The energy of grief is like hopelessness. It's like a loss. You know, it's tough. So the next one is, ah, thank you, Michael. It's literally exactly what I'm looking at on my phone. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So then desire is, you see, you would think that desire would be like all the way up at the top, but no, desire, because you're wanting, you're putting out to the universe that you don't have something and you're desiring it, and you could get like all caught up in that desire. And then anger is higher because it's empowering. All right, it's empowering. Anger can be empowering. I know that sounds crazy. Pride. Pride's not all the way at the top. You can be proud of something, but be totally in your ego. Courage, neutrality. If you can't do anything else, just go to neutrality. Like that is the place. I try to stay there all the time. Obviously, I'm not, perfect at it. No one is, but so neutrality, and then I can't even talk. And then willingness. So when you're willing to learn, you're willing to be open, you're willing to, um, willingness, good, acceptance, reason, joy, love, peace, enlightenment. I always thought love was the highest, but I guess that makes sense. I don't know. But so you get the picture. So yeah, so contracted from desire down, it's contracted. So your body is contracted, your energy is contracted. You got all these things all over the place that are contracted in your body that you got to move around and get out, or you got to, thank you so much, Michael. He is so awesome. I didn't even ask for that. So yeah, so you got to like move around in your body and make it come up, and in whatever way. Um, Beautiful. So that was cool. Okay, so no emotions are bad. All of it's just fine. The thing to do when you get an emotion that doesn't feel good is allow it to be there. Try to get, or don't try too much to do anything, but attempt to think of a different perspective for a moment to try to get you to neutrality at least. Remember that it's just an entity within you that needs to be released. If you don't ever do it, there's people that are going to walk around this earth until the day they die with trauma, just trapped all over inside their organs, and they're just going to walk around with that simply because their daddy told them they couldn't cry when they were like a kid. And that is sad. Anyway, that's the way it is. So, emotions, huge part in ascension. Once you learn how to go through all of the emotions, good or bad, and not react different, you can respond different. You can say something different, and like take care of whatever it is you need to take care of or whatever. But you will not react. You won't fight or do anything unhealthy. You'll sit and you'll maybe cry, or you'll maybe just sit there until it moves. It will move through you. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant, energy and emotion is meant to move through you and out, not to stay in you. This is so important, y'all. I don't even know how to, I just wish I could yell it. Like, I wish every video could be this. My cats are freaking out. Okay. And the other, just real quick thing I wanted to touch on was like letting go, surrender, let go, surrender. Like those are my two favorite mantras throughout the day. Like sometimes I'll just turn the music lower or turn everything off and just start saying, I let go, I surrender. I let go, I surrender. So what does that do? Like, just say it with me. Like, I let go, I surrender. Everything that happens that you can't control, I let go, I surrender. the, your whole energy just completely shifts. All of that tension in your body loosens. Like you can literally feel it when you say, I'll let go. Everything just loosens. It's really a beautiful tool to just use like when you are having a hard day or having a hard moment or whatever. Letting go, it's so important. So let's say that you are you're trying to you're like in the middle of this big manifestation thing, and you're trying to manifest whatever it is. Let's say a beach house, and um, so when I say let go, you may think that that means like to give up, literally, like to stop putting action into your manifestation. That's not what I'm saying. So when I say let go, I just mean do what you can do what you can do in this physical world to make this manifestation a reality, but let go of everything else. Do what you can in a very, very calm manner and in a kind of a not caring manner. You have to even let go of the manifestation coming. Like, you put yourself in the frequency of it, do all the things that you have to do, but you have to let go, like, of the process, right? You can still do things and let go at the same time. Let go of the outcome. Let go of how everything should happen. Let go of um, just how it should happen. That's it. Let go of the way things you think things should happen, because you don't know how things are supposed to happen. You don't know a bigger aspect. Like some days I'll be, and this is some days I'll be like riding around doing my Uber Eats, my delivery, and um, I'm just completely like, I don't know why, I'm just completely forgot what I was gonna say. Sometimes I'm out driving, like, oh, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So sometimes I'll be out like working, and then and I'll start thinking, how I could be doing this or be doing that, or or be doing something else that I think would make me happier, or maybe I think whatever. But you got to realize that the universe or God or whatever has something in store for you that you have never even thought about yet. I mean, you've thought about it, but you really can't wrap your mind around the way that things are going to happen in your life. You can't just think it's going to happen in one way. It could happen some completely opposite way that you just, you know, have no clue how this happened. Like a year from now, looking back a year earlier, I would have never thought I'd be doing this. Like, so you never know the steps that are going to get you to your desired destination. All right. And letting go helps with ascension because it raises your frequency. It lowers the density. It raises you up. You let go, like just the old regular, thing, like you're carrying luggage. You let go of the luggage, you raise up, right? You kind of raise up your frequency. So anything to raise your frequency is gonna send you into that higher state of consciousness where your perception of the world, your perception of everything will be completely different. And that's where I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna start there next week. So next week will be perception. Ooh, my cat is like crying so loud and it's almost weird. I've never heard that. Maybe once. So perception of your reality. Ooh, that's a good one. That'll be next week. All right, let's just take some deep breaths. We're going to start the energy session. So if you've never been here for this yet, just lay back and relax, and set an intention to receive this transmission just as much energy as that is for your highest good and the good of all. You just set a a real simple intention like that. If you have any intentions that you want to set, like if you have some type of um, illness or pain in the body or something like that, then you can set an intention for the energy to go there. That's beautiful. So I'm going to just light some Palo Santo here, and we're going to do a cleansing. I will use some sound in this energy work, as well as like what it'll look like just Reiki, and then my own thing. Just kind of lay back and relax. You can sit or you can lay down. You don't have to look really at what I'm doing at all. Just relax, breathe. Try to stay right here in the present moment. All right. So I'm just going to cleanse. Lots of energy all over. It's a big difference. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can stay and meditate for as long as you want or go to sleep. I hope you enjoyed this session. And hopefully, I will see you back next Monday, same time, same place. And have a wonderful, wonderful week. Leave any comments. I don't see any, so I'm just going to, yeah, okay. So, yeah. Leave a comment. Let me know how you felt this, if you did. Um, Let me know what would be a good topic for you. You know, where are you in your awakening process and your ascension process? All right, y'all have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for being here and trusting me with your time. I love you and namaste.